Hello. Hundreds of people working at an aluminium smelter in Northumberland will lose their jobs. Rio Tinto Alcan has confirmed it intends to close the smelter in Linemouth following 90 days of talks with employees and unions.
The company says the smelter is not sustainable, but it hopes the power station at the site will stay open under new management. Julia Barthram is in Linemouth for us this evening. Julia.
Thank you. Well, for virtually 40 years, the site of the smelter and power plant behind me have dominated the Northumberland landscape. They've also been a dominant force in the region's economy. This is the biggest private sector employer in Northumberland. 515 people are directly affected by this announcement, and it's believed around 3,000 people also work in the supply chain. Well, here at the plant and in Ashington today, there were no illusions just how serious this announcement is.
Well, basically, we've all known, like, for the past couple of weeks that it was inevitable that was going to happen. And they've just really confirmed it.
Well, it's just going to be terrible. There's no jobs for the ones who are going to be made redundant to get.
Disaster to the north, to the area. It'll be terrible, you know what I mean? It's not that many jobs here to start with.
It's estimated the plant brings £60 million into the local economy, but it isn't just this area which will be affected. It's estimated £100 million is brought into the regional economy. But tonight, thoughts are with those people who are directly affected.
It's devastating for the people of Warnsbeck. It's devastating for the people who work at this plant and their families, of course. We're running up to Christmas. It's bad news for them. The 90-day consultation period begins today. And let's hope that even at this late stage, there may be some interest from perhaps someone abroad.
Well, Rio Tinto says the plant simply is no longer sustainable. It places the blame on green legislation leading to rising energy costs. I'm joined now by John McCabe from the plant. Can you explain a bit more to me about that?
What we've announced today is the conclusion of a very thorough strategic review looking at all of the options for the business. We unfortunately haven't been able to find a credible buyer for the smelter, so unfortunately we've had to announce an intention to close the smelter today, subject to consultation with our employees. But we do continue to have talks with an interested third party in the power station, and we hope that we should be able to conclude a sale of that station in due course.
I believe the smelter has always been a profitable business. That makes it very hard for people to understand.
The smelter is already a high-cost operation. It faces increasing costs from increasing costs of energy and the costs of environmental compliance. That's one part of this, but we are looking at here at a very difficult set of global economic circumstances which are impacting this plant here at Linemouth.
Are you being forced out by European legislation?
We're not being forced out by any legislation. Legislation is a part of it's a contributing factor to the cost of energy here in the UK, but there are other factors as well, and what we need to do now is move on with our employees, take them through this very difficult process, support them and their families as best we possibly can, and start to work with the local community on how we can reinvigorate the local economy here and start trying to introduce some new work to them.
How can you do that?
Well, we'll work with local partners, with the County Council, with the national government, with other interested parties on a programme of very comprehensive regional economic development to hopefully reinvigorate the economy here and bring some new jobs back into the community in Northumberland.
Thank you very much. Well, the consultation process starts today. That takes people through to the middle of February. Then they'll start to receive their formal redundancy notices. It's a bleak night here in Northumberland.
Indeed. Julia, thank you very much. Julia Barthram there in Linemouth.